Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome back to the joy of gaming. I am your friend, MultiBob, and today we are going to make a special ASMR video to celebrate the 8th anniversary of the Multiverse Channel. So, let's get this party started. Normally, I paint with paint and brushes, but today we are going to paint with base items and we will visit the various bases that the multiverse has. So let us use our little friend the control panel over here. So let us put a little tree here. But that little tree seems lonely. Let's give him a friend. There you go, that's better. A nice little friend. See, now they can be friendly together. Now, it could happen that you hear evil Rocky in the background. Sadly, sometimes it happens. So this is the main lair for friend Multiverse. Oh, and I bet you didn't know that MultiBob could fly. MultiBob can do anything. So this is the main lair with plenty of pictures and with a few armories like the Red X armory. These days in this universe online, we can make a pretty good version of our friend Red X in this universe online. And we can make pretty good versions of characters from other universes, like the evil Winter Soldier over here. Yeah, I know that he's supposed to be a good guy now, but he started as a nemesis for Captain America, or even the evil Darth Vader over here. This here is an attempt at recreating Nightwing, the classic Nightwing from the 80s. Sadly, within the context of DC Universe Online, this is about as close as we can get. And this here is Feral Lad, the very first Legionnaire from the Legion of Superheroes to give his life fighting the evil Sun Eater. And here we have a pretty good version of Cyborg Superman. Or Rebirth Superman for that matter. So these are pretty much the main, all the armories that our friend Multiverse has. Actually, not all of them. There's a few that we didn't see just yet. And of course, here we have our friend, the Question. So if we look downstairs, so we can see that there are other armories. Like there's the Weapon Mastery Armory over here with the evil Deathstroke, the Terminator. At this point, we can make a pretty good version of the classic Deathstroke, although we still need a better mask. So this is pretty much the main look for our friend Multiverse. You probably saw that in hundreds of videos. And here we have a pretty cool version of a Kid Flash from Kingdom Come. And this here is the Buff Troll Armory for our friend Multiverse. And here we have the DPS Armory. So this is pretty much the main layer that Multiverse uses most of the time. So you probably saw it in a whole bunch of videos, but let's have a little base tour. It's something that is sometimes requested. Sadly, it's very easy to decide to go crazy and to want to redecorate our layers, and Multiverse seems to be doing that from time to time. And sadly, at this point, Multiverse has a lot of base items. So redecorating the lair means sorting through literally hundreds, if not thousands, of base items in order to be able to find the right base items for the right lair. And also, Multiverse does have multiple layers. And if you're wondering why sometimes Multiverse is so broke, as sometimes buying some of those base items can be expensive on the broker. And here we have this nice little invasion portal that normally during the anniversary event brings you to the anniversary event map, but the rest of the time you can still use it to go to the Watchtower or the House of Legends. So technically you could have two teleporter in your lairs, and this is by far the best version of the The time sphere. We have a couple of versions at this point, but I have to admit, this has to be my favorite. And I love those Lobo bikes. I wish we could ride them, maybe someday. For this room over here, it's gonna have to be redecorated. I did tweak it a bit for this video here. I did make a fun little setup for this video here, but it will have to be redecorated and do something a little bit better. Oh, and here we have our friend Mixius Bitalik, who's sort of guarding the treasure chest, sort of. Now let us go to another lair using our teleporter. Before we do, let's take a nice look at some of those windows. We have some pretty cool windows we can have in this universe online. So now let us go to our space base. At some point, Multiverse was trying to cram as many base items as he could within one base, until he came to realize that sometimes less is more. So the space base stayed fairly simple. Obviously, as time goes by, more and more base items will probably be added here, but for now, it does give us a nice little space base with a nice view of the Earth. So next, let us go to the penthouse. So here the penthouse will be a little bit more furnished than the space base. Although again, less is more. So not too many base items have been added. The intent was not to cram the lair with as many base items as possible. It was to find something that looks nice and welcoming. And now, how about a little music? So some base items can sometimes be interacted with. There's the piano, although I'm not going to use the piano. And there's even this little speaker that has a nice Christmas music built into it. Here we have a nice little living room where you can watch a TV and relax a little bit. Some more nice paintings and statues. Nice aquarium. Some more statues. And here we pretty much have the kitchen, where we can get a nice meal for our characters. We can set a nice pool in the backyard. And a nice aquarium again. And of course, after a long day of saving the world, our friend Multiverse has to get some rest. So we have a nice big bed in order to be able to sleep some. We have some nice windows. I love this one. Although this one with the red moon is pretty awesome as well. And if we go, see, there's room here to put something else. We'll find out what someday. So here we have some more aquariums. They look so nice. And if someone wants to relax, you can have a nice cold drink. And there's various games and entertainment that we can have here. And let us go to the manor. This one still need more decorations, but it's getting there slowly but surely. Here we have a nice Superman statue, even though it is not really Superman, but it's an evil imp from the 6th dimension impersonating Superman. But that will do for now. Until we have a better Superman statue, That'll do. So up here, sadly we don't have much just yet. A few nice windows. Ah, those evil villains. So if we move a bit towards the room, like again, there's a lot of decorating that could be done here. One step at a time. Baby steps, as they said. So here we have a whole bunch of nice artifacts. And also some pretty cool displays like the Dr. Fate helmet, the Amazonian bracers, the trident of our friend Aquaman, and more. There's one here that is molten metal. I think it's nth metal. Here we have something I find really cool, especially the werewolf head and the vampire head. Ah, those look so awesome. We can get those during the Halloween seasonal. The Halloween seasonal is not that far off, so you will be able to get those soon if you want to. If we go around quickly, so you can see the Gotham windows, some nice Minotaur plaques. So it is getting there, slowly but surely. Here we have again a nice living room, just to sit down and relax, possibly have a cold drink. And here we have something that kind of looks almost like the clock tower with our friend Oracle. It's not exactly it, but it's close enough. Holy screen, Batman. Holy screen. There's probably more that could be added still. It's been like in this little corridor over here. Plenty of room in the walls for maybe more screens, more posters. I guess we will have to wait and see. Here we do have the secret entrance, which sadly sometimes doesn't work so well. Like normally we were supposed to see the bookshelves. In the past, there are times where a grandfather clock would be used to open the secret entrance, but here they decided to use a little statue. There is a time also where a Shakespeare bust would do the same thing. We don't seem to have the Shakespeare bust over here. Oh well. Sadly, a lot of work needs to be done here. But here we have the card with the evil Batman who laughs, the Joker card, the nice big version with Batwing, and the big T-Rex. And there's also energy construct version of the T-Rex, and there's various coins, giant coins, as trophies. And of course, the entrance or the exit of the Batcave. And speaking of the Batcave, here we have the little Batwing and the little Batmobile. And there's a few more decorations here. There's still room to add some more. Here we have the nice Batmobile. It looks pretty awesome. Too bad we cannot ride in it. There's an embarrassment of riches for Batman-based items. If you want to be able to recreate a nice looking Batcave, there's plenty of base items in order to be able to do that at this point. A lot of them can be bought from the marketplace, but there are some that you can also get in the game, but you may have to buy some of them on the broker. Sadly, prices on the broker changes all the time. So you may have to play the broker game in order to be able to get certain base items that might be a bit more expensive than the rest. And here we have the gym or the training room, where you can go to work out. Oh yeah. Again, there's room for more. And next, let's go to the tech lair.
Attack procedure Delta engaged.
And here,
scanning island perimeter.
evil robot, Not letting me speak. So here we have pretty much a Teen Titans themed lair, at least for this part of the lair. There's quite a few Teen Titans based items you can get for your lair, and you can get the annoying robot that keeps on talking and doesn't let me talk. Can you believe it? So there's also a mixture of Legion of Superhero based items that you can get, of course, from the Long Live the Legion DLC if you want to. Or you could play the broker. There's also base items from the House of Legend pack to decorate your lair if you want to. And if we go downstairs, nah, nothing there yet. But sooner or later, it will get decorated.
Performing scheduled patrol.
Nah, evil robot. And now, the Brainiac lair. And there's still room for some decorations here. Sooner or later, it will get done. And here we have the evil Black Hand, the evil Dark Side, the evil Anti-Monitor. We'll go to the big room last. Let's look around a bit. Again, there's still room for more improvements. Slowly but surely, it will get done. Here we have a nice little section for the evil Lex Luthor. At this point, there's quite a few base items and some nice hologram statue. I wish we had more like that, maybe someday. Technically here, this should be a section for the Rogues Gallery for the Flash. Sadly, as it turns out, there's not that many base items for the Rogues. But if we play the long game, as time goes by, I'm sure more and more base items will be added to DC Universe Online. We shall see. And if we go downstairs, sadly, a lot of work still needs to be done here. And if we go to the big room, we do have a small section here for the evil crime syndicate of America. And here we have a whole bunch of statues of evil enemies that have been defeated in the past. And there is this little console with a mazo. I love those little consoles. As you can see, I bought a few of them on the broker. Sometimes they were a bit expensive, so I did not buy them. But when the price does go down, you can be sure that I will buy more. And here we have the teleporter that has been turned into an antimatter portal. And we can go back to the House of Legend lair.
Want to see a neat trick? I can talk without moving my lips.
So there we go. So these were the lairs of our friend Multiverse. As you can see, they are still under construction, but in the long run, they will get more decoration done. So the Multiverse has been making those crazy little videos for the past 8 years. He has over 3,000 videos at this point. Videos are mostly about DC Universe Online, but also recently he's been trying to cover more DC content. If all goes well, he should be able to cover the game Gotham Knights, although like most single player games, Gotham Knights probably has roughly 20 hours of gameplay, so there shouldn't be that much to cover. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see for that. And also another addition to the channel has been short videos. Basically, Multiverse got the Who's Who omnibuses some time ago, so he's had this crazy idea of making all the characters in the Who's Who omnibuses. But in the long run, in the long term, hopefully we should be able to cover the entire omnibus. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see for that. Yes, it is a crazy idea because there are literally thousands of DC characters in those omnibuses. So even with one video a day, that will mean videos for at least the next 3 years. Although who knows? Maybe we could have a special Sunday where on Sunday there would be half a dozen Who's Who video posted. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. So thank you for joining us on this crazy wild ride. Your support is greatly appreciated. As time goes by, Multiverse will most likely try to add even more crazy content to the Multiverse channel. I guess we are going to have to wait and see. So again, thank you for your support and God bless.